Job's chapter 13. Job wanted to argue his case with God. Look, I have seen all this with my own eyes and heard it with my own ear, and now I understand. I know as much as you do. You are no better than I am. As for me, I would speak directly to the Almighty. I want to argue my case with God Himself. As for you, you smear me with lying as physician. You're worthless quack. If only you could be silent, that is the wisest thing you could do. Listen to my church. Pay attention to my arguments. Are you defending God with lies? Do you make your dishonest argument for his sake? Will you slant your testimony in his favor? Will you argue God's case for him? What will happen when he finds out what you are doing? Can you fool him as easily as you fooled people? No, you won't be in trouble with him. If you secretly slant your testimony in his favor, does his majesty terrify you? Doesn't your fear of him overwhelm you? Your platitudes are as valuable as ash. Your defense is as fragile as a clay pot. Be silent now and leave me alone. Let me speak, and I will face the consequence. Why should I put myself in mortal danger and take my life in my own hands? God might kill me, but I have no other hope. I'm going to argue my case with him. But this is what will save me. I am not godless. If I were, I could not stand before him. Listen closely to what I'm about to say. Hear me out. I have prepared my case. I will be provided innocent. Who can argue with me over this? And if you prove me wrong, I will remain silent and die. Job asks how he has sinned. O God, grant me these two things, and then I will be able to face you. Remove my heavy hand from me, and don't terrify me with your awesome presence. Now summon me, and I will answer, or let me speak to you, and you reply. Tell me what have I done wrong? Show me my rebellion and my sin. Why do you turn away from me? Why do you treat me as your enemy? Will you terrify the left blowed by the wind? Will you chase the dry storm? You write bitter accusation against me and bring up all the sins of my youth. You put my feet in stocks. You examine all my paths. You trace all my footprint. I waste always like rotting wood, like a moth-eaten coat. Chapter 14. How frail is humanity? How short is life? How full of trouble? We blossom like a flower and then wither. Like a passing shadow, we quickly disappear. Must you keep an eye on such a frail creature and demand an accounting from me? Who can bring the purity out of an impure person? No one. You have decided the length of our lives. You know how many months we will live, and we are not given a minute longer. So leave us alone and let us rest. You are like a hired hand, so let us finish our work in peace. If a tree has more hope, if it is cut down, it would sprout again and grow new branch. So its root has grown old in the earth, and its stem decay. At the sense of water, it will bud and sprout again like a new seedling. But when people died, their strength is gone, the breath, the lust, and then where are they? As water evaporates from a lake and the river disappeared in drought, people are laid to rest and do not rise again until the heavens are no more. They will not wake up nor be roused from their sleep. I wish you could hide me in the grave and forget me there until your anger has passed. But mark your calendar to think of me again. Can the dead live again? If so, this would give me hope through all my years of struggle, and I would eagerly await the release of death. You would call, and I would answer, and you would yield for me your handiwork, for then you would guard my step instead of watching for my sin. My sin would be sealed in a pouch, and you would cover my guilt. But instead, as the mountain fell and crumbled, and as the rock fall from a cliff, as water wears away the stones, and the floods wash away the soil. So you destroy people's hope. Your ways overpower them, and they passed from the sin. You disfigured them in death and sent them away. They never know if their children grow up in honor or sink to insignificance. They suffered painfully. Their life is full of trouble. Chapter 15. Eliphaz's second response to Job. Then Eliphaz the Temanite replied, A wise man wouldn't answer with such empty talk. You are nothing but a windbag. The wise that don't engage in empty chatter. What good are such words? Have you no fear of God? No reverence for Him? Your sins are telling your mouth what to say. Your words are based on clever deception. Your own mouth condemned you, nor I. Your own lips testified against you. Were you the first person ever born? Were you born before the hills were made? Were you listen at God's secret counsel? Do you have a monopoly on wisdom? What do you know that we don't? What do you understand that we don't? On our side are aged, gray-haired men, much older than your father. Is God comfort too little for you? Is His gentle word not enough? What has taken away your reason? What has weakened your vision? That you turn against God and say all these evil things? Can any mortal be pure? Can anyone born of a woman be just? Look, God does not even trust the angel. Even the heavens are not absolutely pure in His sight. How much less pure is a corrupt and sinful person with a thirst for wickedness? If you will listen, I will show you. I will answer you from my own experience, and it is confirmed by the report of wise men who had heard the same thing from the fathers, from those to whom the land was given long before any foreigner arrived. The wicked writhe in pain throughout their lives. Years of trouble are stored up for the ruthless. The sounds of terror rings in their ears, and even on good days they fear the attack of the destroyer. They dare not go out into the darkness for fear they will be murdered. They wander around saying, Where can I find bread? They know their day of destruction is near. The dark day terrified them. They lived in a distress and anguish, like a king prepared for battle. For they snake their fist at God, defying the Almighty. Holding their strong shield, they defiantly charged against Him. These wicked people are heavy and prosperous. Their waist bulge with fat, but the city will be ruined. They will live in abandoned houses that are ready to tumble down. The riches will not last, and the wealth will not endure. The procession will no longer spread across the horizon. They will not escape the darkness. The burned sun will wither their shoes, and the breath of God will destroy them. Let them no longer fool themselves by trusting in empty riches, for emptiness will be their own reward. They will be cut down in the prime of life. The branch will never again be green. They will be like a vine whose grapes are harvested too early, like an olive tree that lost its blossom before the fruit can fall. For the gardens are barren, the homes enriched through bribery were burned. They conceived trouble and gave birth to evil. Their womb produced deceit. Chapter 16. Job's fifth speech is response to Eliphaz. Then Job spoke again. I had heard all this before. What miserable, comfortable you are. Won't you ever stop blowing hot air? What make you keep on talking? I could say the same thing if you were in my place. I could spout off, criticize, and shave my head at you. But if it were me, I would encourage you. I would try to take away your grief. Instead, I suffered if I defend myself, and I suffered no less if I refuse to speak. O God, you have ground me down and devastated my family. As if to prove I have sinned, you have reduced me to skin and bones. My God, flesh testified against me. God hated me and angrily teared me apart. He slapped his teeth at me and pierced me with his eyes. People jeered and laughed at me. They slapped my cheek in contempt. A mob gathered against me. God has handed me over to sinners. He has tossed me into the hand of the wicked. I was living quietly until he shut me in. He took me by the neck and broke me in pieces. Then he set me up as his target, and now his archers surround me. His arrows pierce me without mercy. The ground is wet with my blood. Again and again he smashed me against me, charging at me like a warrior. I wear burlap to show my grief. My pride lies in the dust. My eyes are red with weeping. Dark shadow circled my eyes, yet I have done no wrong, and my prayer is pure. O earth, do not conceal my blood. Let its joy cry out on my behalf. Even now my witness is in heaven. My advocate is there on high. My friends scorn me, but I pour out my tear to God. I need something to meditate between God and me, as a person meditates between friends. For soon I must go down that road from which I will never return. And then we will go into chapter 17. Job continued to defend his innocence. My spirit is crossed, and my life is nearly snuffed out. The grave is ready to receive me. I am surrounded by mockers. I watch how bitterly they taunt me. You must defend my innocence, O God, since no one else will stand up for me. You have closed their mind to understanding, but do not let them trapped. They betrayed their friends for their own advantage, so let their children faint with hunger. God has made a mockery of me among the people. They spit in my face. My eyes are swollen with weeping, and I am but a shadow of my former self. The further are horrified when they see me. The innocents rise up against the ungodly. The righteous keep moving forward, and those with clean hands become stronger and stronger. As for all of you, come back with a better argument. So I still won't find a wise man among you. My days are over. My hopes has disappeared. My heart desires are broken. These men say that night is day. They claim that the darkness is night. What if I go to the grave and make my bed in darkness? What if I call the grave my father, and the maggot my mother, or my sister? Where then is my hope? Can anyone find it? No, my hope will go down with me to the grave. We will rest together in the dust. And then we'll go into the chapter 18. So those 5 chapters still talk about Job and other friends' response to him, and then Job's response back. So it's kind of deep talking about how they understand God's action. Alright, so that's today's Bible learning. Hope everybody like it. God bless everyone. Let's see you tomorrow.